Namaste, beloveds. This is Valerie Ames, Mother with Wisdom. I am that I am on this wonderful, fantastic journey of self-inquiry. And I'm bringing forth today what came forth from me, and I'm just going to get into it. And today is a 4-day, 4/17/19. I also started writing this at 10:30 a.m., which is 40, which is 4. So look at the 4 energy to understand a deeper meaning of where this is coming from. Okay, and I'm titling it Reaching an Innerstanding. This morning I woke up with some things that are blowing apart the configurations and preconditionings of my mind and all that I have before this day understood as collective knowledge or knowing. And it is not complex knowledge, but bare bones knowledge, arrived through self-inquiry and understanding this world, how we look at it and how we identify with it as a separate force that we have to do battle with in order to survive, why we need to wear the armor of the living God within each of us, and why we need to nourish ourselves with the fruitage of the Spirit in order to remain strong and healthy. If you gathered all the holy books of the world thus far, you will come upon a common theme, no matter the identities of the characters or participants. This one scripture clarifies it all, Ephesians 6:12, from the Aramaic Bible in plain English. Again, this is the translation of the Aramaic Bible in plain English. And it says, "Because your fight has not been with flesh and blood, but with principalities and the rulers and the powers of this dark world, and with wicked spirits, which are under heaven." And you can find more about that at biblehub.com/Ephesians/612.htm. And I'm just going to continue with what I wrote. Thus, we have this ancient words, as above, so below, know thyself. I and the Father are one. So, what I really need you to see is no matter what religion you choose, even if you choose no religion, but existence, awareness, consciousness, or science, this battle, seen and unseen, will be there. If you look at every battle that has been fought in histories, no matter the version, the fact of Ephesians 6:12 is the bottom line. Even the Christian belief system, beginning with Cain and Abel, Satan and Jesus, Jacob and Esau, Isaac and Ishmael, the Egyptian Ra and Apep, Set and Osiris, Set and Horus, and there are many, many more, too many to name. But it always comes down to brother against brother, family against family, whether individually or collectively. Being that this life foundation has been Christianity, I will share what Spirit shared with me. And please understand, all this comes from my self-inquiry journey within. Knowing with all my heart and soul that first I must come to terms with myself/myself, my own true identity, who I am in relation to all that is, was, and will ever be. And in going a very basic understanding of this truth, can I then be able to see everything else with/from and within the same lens that I reflect upon. This morning's revelation was shown to me this way, taking in everything that I have thus far shared and keeping Ephesians 6:12 in mind as the cornerstone of the master builder in building or rebuilding your true temple, which is yourself, which is your self-identity. I am that I am. Powers and principalities equal rulers and territories of said rulers, equal energies of the lands, people, places, and things thereof. One man, Abraham, the father of all religions, through his seed, his wives, Torah. Today, I will sons/seeds of Sarah, Isaac, and Ishmael, the power of Christendom and Islam. 6:12. Now ask yourself, ancient of strategies of war. And what was the first of is very being, spirit, the things, divas, devas, elemental, etc., the unseen. Let us take a very intimate look at something. This is true of all belief systems, religions, causes, collectives, or whatever you choose to call them. We will look at Christianity and Islam. Both came from the same root, father, sower of the seed, known as Abraham. Yet, keep in mind, again, Ephesians 6:12, the ancient art of divide and conquer. How many denominations, factions, branches, offshoots, versions are there of these two religions, Christianity and Islam, are there in the world? How do they view themselves and how do they view each other? Can you readily see the fruits of the Spirit in them? Do they exchange these fruits with each other? Remember, the greatest of all the fruits of the Spirit is love. Self-inquiry is the greatest act of love that we can engage in. When done correctly, you will notice more and more an inner peace. That inner peace radiates outward. The more you separate yourself from the human mind's conditioning and value systems, known as human will, the more you begin to identify with the spiritual will. That observes the human will, but does not identify, attach, or try to conform to it because it knows it is of a higher vibration and that human will is a lower vibration. Divine will has no beginning nor can have an ending. It is ever present and consistent, meaning it does not change. Human will is born and dies. It is ever changing and easily influenced by outside forces. That is the separation we have continued for millennium. Now is the age, season, time of divine union of the divine will and the human will as a united will or golden child. Divine intellect functioning inside of flesh, expressing its will at once, individually and collectively. As above, so below. Know thyself. Write it down so the children may know. I am that I am is one will. It is not divided by doubt or factions or denominations or branches. It is one tree with one root, providing one fruit, unconditional love of itself, which is existence, period. Put your faith in that and know I am that I am. Thy will be done, thy kingdom come on earth as it is in heaven. And beloveds, that is what came to me this morning, and that is where I am going to end this video. And I just ask that you reflect upon what came through and look at it and test it. Test it by your human knowledge, test it by your spiritual knowledge. And learn to not be so divisive and criticizing of yourself, knowing that this world is changing, but that which created this world is not. Its purpose, its will for this world and for us and for existence itself is the same as when it gave birth to it or when it conceived it or when it set it forth in motion. Know thyself. Know your part in it. Understand what your mind, your human conditioning is keeping you from. It's keeping you from your true inheritance, which is the truth about yourself. That you, in this human body that you feel is so imperfect, within dwells the spiritual will, the spirit will of God that is consistent, non-changing, has no beginning, has no end, has no denomination, has no division to it. That is universal expression, individually and collectively, past, present, and future, multiversal, all at once. And that's a lot to wrap the human mind around. And that's why we have the battle with the powers and the principalities, and it is so all-consuming. And you really have to, like I said, be still and go within and learn to know yourself from your spiritual value, not from your human existence, not what incarnated into this world, but that which has always existed. Namaste, beloveds. This is I Am That I Am, and I'm sharing my journey and what's coming through to me. So it is what it is, and take it for what it is. It is just what I have seen on my journey. As you start to reflect inward, your eye, your lens will detect this God, this spiritual will within yourself. But you'll express it differently, individually, even though it'll be the same one. Your life experiences, your feelings, your knowings, your mental conditionings, your mind state will all kind of weigh how you receive this. So just take it in and keep immersing yourself in it. Dip your pinky toe in there and just little by little get accustomed to your spiritual will, not your mental, human, physical will that you've been conditioned with. That which is beyond that which vibrates so much higher than that which we have to rise to, ascend to, that which we have to transcend this physical mind to get to know once again, to be one with once again, to unite once again. You're not losing any of yourself. You're gaining so much more. So, again, namaste. And I love us all.